Hello there, and welcome to News Echoes. I'm so glad you're watching. My name is Shegun Johnson, and I'm speaking from somewhere outside of London. Um, this is the first appearance this year, so it's not too bad if I say Happy New Year, and I hope the best for 2022. I have in the studio my colleagues. One is in Milan, and his name is Mark Godwin. Mark, you are welcome to the program.
Good morning, Dr. Shagun. Happy New Year to you, Dr. Shagun. It's beautiful
Yeah.
to see another new year. Happy New Year to the viewers also. Thank
Yeah,
you.
thank you very much. Right in the center of London is my colleague, former ambassador of Nigeria, Nathaniel Iyakwo. Ambassador Nat, you're welcome to the program.
Thank you very much. Good morning, all.
Last but not the least is our journalist, educationist, Dr. Osita Anyemeka, all the way from the capital city of Nigeria, Abuja. Dr. Osita, you're welcome to the program.
Thank you so much, Dr. Shegun. Happy New Year, Dr. Shegun. Happy New
Yeah.
Year, Nat Yako. Happy New Year, Mark Gowen Massive.
I must say, all of you are looking radiant, and it's going to be a good and good year.
Happy Royal
So
Highness.
many, so many
God
good
bless you.
things, so many good things happening in the United Kingdom as we speak. Our Queen is 70 years old on the throne. She's going to be 96 this year, but being 70 years, no British monarch has ever reached that one. And so we are celebrating here. There's a long list of things to be done. And do you know what? This last Monday, they have started the celebration with the competition of the baking of the, wait for it, baking of the pudding. And the best pudding will be served all over the country. There will be street parties. Many streets will be closed in every borough, every town, every city of the United Kingdom because our queen is 70 years old on the throne. Let me give it to the man who has been living in London for several decades. Ambassador Nat, what do you make of these? The Queen is 70 on the throne.
We joined the Her Royal Highness the Queen in thanking God for sparing her lives to be 95 to 96 years old this year, and for being on the royal throne for 70 years. It's not a mere achievement. It is something worth celebrating. But my concern is the events coming within a larger incident of this pandemic in which we are in. So the pandemic shouldn't stop the celebrations, but I think it should also be a time for a sober reflection as she looks backwards to the present and maybe for the future, because she's the mother of the nation. She's seen it all, and this is a time to appreciate the people, her people, her subjects, and so we look for a long celebration starting from January up to July 2022 with so many important events lined up, and we continue to pray that the lives of the people who are now being impacted, especially the high cost of living, with her government, her Majesty's government must make sure they are also carried along in this celebration. Happy
Thank you.
celebration! Happy
Let us
celebration!
inform our friends all over the world that June 2nd to June 5th will be bank holiday, that is public holiday in throughout the United Kingdom. which means it's going to be a public holiday on the 2nd, on the 3rd, which 2nd of June is a Thursday, 3rd of June is a Friday. There'll be no work. Up to the 5th of June, we'll be having parties. So if you want to party, we are inviting you. Let's see how they copy this in Europe. I know that the Europeans, they're having a bit of challenge with the monarchy themselves. Not that they are strangers to monarchy, but Mark, in Milan, Italia, how do you copy this? Are you celebrating with us?
Yes, we are celebrating with you. Take note that there's a kind of connection between Italians and the English people. Remember the Roman Empire back in the days with the
Absolutely.
yes, yes, it was received with jubilation here. The 70th anniversary of the Queen on the throne. Interestingly, one thing we took note in the plan is she said she will be unveiling some of her new estates. We don't know what that means. Probably means more new housing buildings, housing projects, and all that. So the Queen has lots of estates to unveil, and that's
Mm.
that's something to look out for. Let's see what those estates have in stock.
Well, it's important you mentioned that
Yes, sir.
the 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 connection between England and Rome, because since the beginning of the year they have been saying that no, the Romans never conquered England. The Romans never conquered England. I don't know whether somebody's trying to rewrite the history somewhere.
No, no,
Maybe we'll.
Dr. Shago, it's a fact. It's there. I mean, the history has it. It's a fact. So, but anyway,
The big,
one thing is the COVID, like you said, will
mm,
affect this jubilation, and also we know the Queen was instructed to have more rest. So,
yeah.
Prince Charles, the son, the first son, and Camilla, the wife of Prince Charles, the Duchess of Cornwall, will probably be representing in this big event. But the event will go on. There'll be so much to see, so much celebration, and we are watching out from Rome. We're watching out from
Okay.
Milan. Watching from Paris. We're looking at how nice it will run.
I'm
Thank you.
looking forward to the street parties. I thought it was only in
Yeah.
Nigeria they closed roads for parties. But there, of course, 10 years ago when we celebrated the 60th, many of the streets were closed and tables were on the road. Now, Dr. Osita, all the Commonwealth countries are supposed to be involved. They will be jollificating with us here because there's no way you can write the history of the Queen without putting the Commonwealth countries. When her father died in 1952, she was in Kenya officiating and she had to be hurried home. And so the Commonwealth countries are very much involved in this, we're told. How are you copying it in Nigeria, Dr. Sita from the capital?
Thank you so much, Dr. Shagun. I laugh anytime people talk about the Queen, and because I'm old enough to remember everything that has happened since independence in Nigeria. She's mother of the Commonwealth. Believe
Mm.
me, Nigeria ranks one of the top 5 countries in the Commonwealth that respect the Queen to the last letter. It starts from the north and goes everywhere. But today, Lagos is the capital for Commonwealth in Nigeria. Preparations are already agog, Dr. Shegun. Your state has given, they are going to give the Queen celebration because they
Wow.
are ready. They are always ready for it,
Yeah.
for the event. Always ready for the event because Lagos was the first capital. Remember, Lagos was that was where she was known. That was where she went to celebrate. Every other tour she had, like going to Port Harcourt, going to Kaduna, and everywhere else, were just peripheral. So Lagos is
Yeah.
ready, and most people who are going to celebrate in Nigeria are going to go all the way from wherever they are, to Lagos. The Queen is still the mother of the Commonwealth. So
Yeah, the
it's
Queen is global actually, but let me
yeah,
tell you some of the things that she might be going through. You recall
yeah,
that her son Andrew is a
mhm,
bit of a challenge here with what happened
yeah,
in America some years ago with Jeffrey Epstein and the rest. And also the issue
Yeah.
of Megan. Megan is the issue is still not there. Do you think it could affect the level of enjoyment?
Yes and no, because if Diana could not affect the 60th and could not affect any other thing that has happened after that, Megan, let me put it this way: the royal family in London has always has a way of dealing with issues. Ambassador Iyako will attest to that. They always have a way of coming out of their issues. So Meghan's role in this celebration will be there, but it will not dampen it because this is the celebration from Indonesia, from Pakistan, from all over the world where Commonwealth reign, except for the fact that there is a an island in the Caribbean that has said no to Commonwealth. That's going to be an issue too because it's going to raise its head.
Okay.
When we get to that, yeah, we'll talk about that. Thank you.
All right. Quickly, Nat, just in very few seconds, what Dr. Sita just said, what will you say? Because you are in the center of it all. The family life of the Queen will not be affecting our celebration, will they?
It is going to be what I don't know now whether it is Trump or so. It's going to be a hole on the map because some of these
Mm,
things can never go away as easily as we would have wished. As Dr. Sisas just said, and Dr. Johnson yourself, there are many carryovers or hangovers in the past, even in the past 20 years or thereabout in her reign. So many things
mm.
have, so many spanners have been thrown into the works, and these are not things you can easily wish away. I'm sure she's taking those things through in her stride, and they also have devised strategies of handling or sorting out some of these issues.
Yeah. So we look forward to a good time anyway. Um,
Dr. Johnson, let me add to what Ambassador Nat said.
mm,
That's why also she's distancing herself from the scandal with the son. You know,
yeah.
like last we had, the son needs to pay bills to the attorneys in America that are handling his
Mm,
case, and normally Mama should help. But Mama said, "Listen, Andrew, you're your own on this one." So Andrew is selling his property to pay for his legal support, and it's a clear sign that Mama wants to be out of this because
to be, yeah.
Gisela is going to take Andrew down. Andrew is going down with this one. He can't escape this because yes,
Well,
he can't
we
escape
don't want to be subjudice. Let's watch what's going on.
this. Okay.
Today we're having a special guest.
So
Aline Ibru, and the name Ibru is well known in Nigeria. And here we have the National Director of Projects Creative Industry Group. If she's in the oh, hallelujah, she's here. I'm so sorry. I thought you are very busy somewhere. We're very happy to have you, Madam Ibru, and here you are. Please introduce yourself because you are occupying a special place in the heart of many people, Director of Creative Projects. And so please, we want to meet you, and our viewers all over the world want to meet you, Madam. Go ahead.
Hello, everybody. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can, loud and clear, and your radiant smile is affecting us.
Thank you very much. So happy to be on the show. It's nice to meet everybody. Happy New Year.
Happy New
And
Year.
and we just want to say thank God we're here in 2022
Mm,
and we're well
mm.
in spite of all the troubles and trials and tribulations of 2021. So very happy New Year to everyone. And from Nigeria, good tidings, and we wish you all the best.
What city
Uh,
are you in Nigeria?
I'm in Lagos. I'm
Oh,
currently in Lagos.
I love Lagos, don't I?
I'm currently in
Lagos is
Lagos.
the best place to be. Let me ask
Yeah.
you, ma'am, how do you want me
Yeah.
to address you? Is it Your Excellency? Is it Madam Edu, or
I like my friends to call me Obooks.
oh, books? I love
Yes.
that one. Call me Shege. No, no, Shege is my name. Okay, okay, ma'am.
Yeah. In the
I'm gonna ask
creative in
you.
the creative industry group, we address our members as legends and divas.
Wow. Okay, we're coming to that in a moment. But
Yes,
yesterday, Nigeria won the Egyptians in football 1
absolutely.
0. How, I mean,
Absolutely.
that was great with Mohamed Salah playing for them and our boys. Ihen Acho put one into the net. How did Nigeria go
Absolutely.
about yesterday?
It's
How are you?
Nigeria
How
went
are they doing?
agog. Nigeria went agog.
I know, I know, I know.
Yes, we were very, very happy. We're excited, and
Yeah.
we wish the boys all the best. And we know we want to come home with that cup.
Yes, we desire to.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
I mean, here in London, we were so happy to hear that our boys won Egypt. We were so afraid of Salah, you can never trust
Yes.
that boy. But he did us proud.
Yes,
Oh, thank you.
our boys were absolutely spot on yesterday. Yeah,
Yes,
so we're excited.
yes.
Yeah, yeah.
Egypt is not just a pushover. They are a force to be reckoned with. So
Oh no.
we need to give kudos to those boys. Now, still
Oh
talking
yeah.
about sports, we remember Novak Djokovic. Ambassador Nat, Novak Djokovic. Now, this is your area. The lawn tennis was pushed back to the back of the burner, and politics and diplomacy. The Serbian president was involved. The Australian prime minister was involved. There's going to be election in Serbia and in Australia, and the issue of Novak Djokovic not receiving the jab but wanting to play became an issue. And Novak Djokovic said, "Look, I have COVID and therefore I have natural immunity to COVID." And he was given a clearance to enter Australia. He entered Australia but was arrested and put in a quarantine hotel. And many people came out in Australia, both Australians and Serbians came out, release him, release him. And he went to court. He must have spent millions of dollars in that court. So, I mean, he then won, but his life is still hanging. The internal minister could still ask him to go back. That will paint the prime minister bad because it was the immigration department of Australia that asked him to come in, and now the judiciary has cleared him. And if he should go back, if he should be asked to go back, he would need to stay out of Australia for 3 years. Is this sportsmanlike or is just simply political? Ambassador Nat, this is a diplomatic issue.
Yes, but we assert that the purpose of Novak going to Australia was to go and play tennis. But
Yes.
the Australian authorities have allowed this COVID-19 protocols to now be at the center stage of the Australia Open. And people are not aware the damage it has caused to Australia, to tennis in the world, and before you even come to Novik. So the issue was not properly handled. The prime minister at the time he jumped in, that is the prime minister of Australia, not even the deputy prime minister, not even we are aware that the immigration and the sports ministry were handling this issue. But the Australian prime minister jumped into the fray and gave it a wider dimension. Djokovic's family in Serbia came in. Serbia as a country also came in. And so it's a mumble jumble type of thing, which should have been sorted out even behind the scene. Diplomatically, it should have been sorted out behind the scene. and even the hierarchy of the people concerned shouldn't have gone as far as the prime minister. Now, the issue of the prime minister standing for elections in 2022 is at stake. Not that he wouldn't participate, but he's already giving himself minus, because the ordinary person in Australia, the people who are tennis lovers, are not taking side with the Novagics, and at the expense of the prime minister himself. So let's see. No matter what the Australian Ministry of Interior decides today or tomorrow, so a lot of damage has been done internationally.
Thank you very much. Let me ask Dr. Sita in Abuja, how do you copy? Some people say his name, Novak, is no vaccine, Novax. Djokovic, they say it's close to Omicron. They make a joke of all these things. But you have been a sports and music journalist for more than 3 decades. What do you make of this?
Djokovic has been popular in Nigeria before now because his status in tennis, and you know how we are in tennis, it has been there. For those fans who are outside the countries involved, we were just trying to see what would happen. Two things have been on our minds. Two things. Let him play and let's see how that will play out. Because if he does not play in this open, Dr. Shegun, tennis will have a stain for the next 10 years.
Yeah, I believe so.
And as that happens, Dr. Shegun, is going to go around the world as just politics thrown down the drain, because this wasn't a political issue. Like the ambassador said, this was supposed to be somebody who has qualification to perform, not being allowed to perform. And then they throw in politics to make it look so bad. The countries involved today now, they are wishing that they did things differently, because if this open ends and Djokovic does not participate, something very, very unsavory will come to play. Nigeria, for instance, will stay on the issue for as long as it takes, because the Nigerian Tennis Association, Global Tennis Association, they're all thinking the same thing. What if it was a Nigerian in the first place?
Yeah.
I mean, every country thinks like that, because they are saying we are doing this because sports is glory. You can imagine our soccer champions now. We are winning gradually, and when it comes to final, where we're supposed to perform and bring the cup home, the host country says no, that one of us tested that or not. It does not make sense. So now is the time for them to be able to handle these issues with sports. Sports is the only strand that connects every country of the world, and that is where we all belong. That's how we feel in Nigeria. Yes, let's get it right now.
Thank you very much. And the world is such a global village now. You cannot just take one from the other. Macmillan, the world is a global village. In the British honors list, there are 8 Nigerians to be honored by the Queen at different levels: MBE, OBE, CBE. The world is a global village. Australia is still play some politics, but you want to match the two. The Nigerians doing very well in the United Kingdom. That the Queen, 8 of them, are to be honored by the Queen with different levels of honors. Mark, what do you say?
Wow. Yes, it's wonderful. Like we were saying in the last edition of the program in 2021, there is beginning to there's an uprising that's coming up among people, realizing that the Africans, Nigerians, have something to put into this world. People are beginning to see the dynamism in Nigerians, and a lot of good things instead of the negative stereotype we've always had. So yes, we saw 8 Nigerians that were honored, and we are so excited. And the words that were used, the accolades that was used on them were very impressive, because it means that they are observing, they are watching Nigerians and how we are going about doing things as we live with
Yeah.
them.
Do we have the clip on the man Adi, whom was
Yes,
being
yes.
let the world see what the United Kingdom, what they have on a Nigerian man who is the CEO of a borough here. This is very interesting, and the world needs to see it. How Nigerians are doing very well, and they in the United Kingdom and in the United States right now, you want to associate with Nigerians. And the funniest part is that the children who used to say that the Nigerian accent, speaking in English, is something out of place. Now, our children here are saying, please use the Nigerian accent to speak to my friends. They love it. Just like the Nigerian music. Oh, look, Nigeria
The
is
most
coming of age.
significant
Now we
improvement in
have the
children's
Peppa Pig. Listen to this one.
services of any local authority in England. Much of that credit is due to its exceptional Chief Executive, Mr. Adi Adetosoye. Will my right honourable friend join me in congratulating Mr. Adetosoye upon his appointment as a commander of the British Empire in the New Year's Honours List, and congratulate the Conservative majority on the Council on delivering the only debt-free council in London.
Oh well, you had that. You had that yourself. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. That's okay. That's okay, studio. You had that yourself. The only debt-free council in the whole of London is headed by a Nigerian and is being awarded an honors list. Nigerians are making it all over the world. I attended a function last Saturday here in London. Half of them were medical doctors, all working all over England. And they were not having a doctor's meeting. No, it was a different social function. Doctor this, doctor that, and all of them Nigerians. I'm very proud to be Nigerian. I'm really, really happy. Finally, I can raise up my head anywhere in the world. I'm a Nigerian. That's what is happening here. Yes, Sister Books, go ahead. How proud are you now as a Nigerian?
Extremely proud. I've always been very, very proud to be a Nigerian. Always.
Yeah.
I spent a lot of my youth in Europe and in the US,
Okay.
but I've always identified with Nigeria. It's always been a pride and joy to say I'm a Nigerian. I stand tall and I say I'm a Nigerian.
Do,
It's a
do you
beautiful
know
thing.
do you know the great part of it now? Our children who are born here in Europe, they're now saying, please, when my friends come, don't use British accent, which you learned. Use the Nigerian accent because they really want to hear the Nigerian accent. Everybody, because they've been dancing the Nigerian songs, Davido, Wizkid. Do you know Wizkid? He filled O2 Arena, which is an arena of 20,000, four
Oh
nights
yeah.
consecutively, so that and many of them were whites. They wanted to dance to Wizkid music. So many of them are dancing to our music. So they want to learn more of our language, our culture, and then our accent. Can you believe they are now learning our accent? How proud are you?
Yeah, it's been a long time coming. It's not something that started today.
Yeah.
Many years ago, I organized a concert, a mini festival in Jamaica, and
Okay.
um, um, what's his name? The
Yes,
band
the
was the
band. Yeah,
headliner.
I
The band
remember.
was the
Yes.
headliner for that show, and he
Wow.
wasn't even, a great, name at the time. He was still up and coming,
Yeah.
and it was wild when the girls and the people, when they saw him on stage, it was electrifying, and they were going crazy,
Wow.
and they were screaming and shouting, and it was
Electric
crazy. So
family. Yeah.
yeah, it's been a long time coming. It's the older artists have paved the way for the younger ones, and we're doing great stuff, great
Okay.
stuff, and
You are in the
it's really
creative
nice. It's really
industry.
nice.
You are in the creative industry. Please, and you have risen to the
Yes, I am.
position of national director. Tell us about the creative industry in Nigeria, and then how what your role as the national director.
Okay, the creative industry group in Nigeria was born out of concerns for certain things, which would be not being able to meet up to certain expectations as a creative. Um, we have our sad moments and we have our good moments. We were in a position where creatives were not exactly recognized and uh, you know amply compensated for their work. So we decided to go together as a group. President of the group is Ambassador Felix Duke. Um, and he woke up and he said, you know what, we need to do something. We need to let the world become aware of Nigeria and put creatives in the proper, perspective globally. So he called a few of us together and we decided that we're going to do this. So, what the creative industry aims to achieve is to make life more comfortable for creatives in Nigeria. And this is the first group in Nigeria that is embodied by all creatives from every genre. So we have comedians, we have actors, we have writers, directors, producers, anybody that hairstylists, makeup. These are people that are not really recognized in the industry, but we decided that everybody plays a part. So what we want to do is to enhance the lifestyle of everyone that is a creative, and that's what we're trying to do. So we have a couple of projects that we work on to make life more beneficial, more interesting, um, more worthwhile financially, and otherwise giving people who work hard accolades for the work they do in the creative space.
Wow,
That's
we
what
will
that,
definitely be coming to you throughout this year to know more. And so please stay with us throughout the program. We're going to on a short break now. When we return, the presidential race in Nigeria has started. More than one person, more than two, probably more than three have brought their ambition to life to be the next president of Nigeria. But we go on a short break. Don't go away while we go away. It's going to be as simple as that.
Schengen Story magazine is an African international bi-monthly magazine based in Milan, Italy, and founded in 2016. The publication focuses on personalities, fashion, style, entrepreneurship, and culture for Africans. The articles on food, movies, fitness, music, travel, sports, technology, and books are also featured. Our lives full of best stories. A lot can happen in a month. Expand your mind, change your world. Get Schengen Story magazine's full editions. Celebrating Africans make an impact. Read better, the inside story. Your fashion magazine for a better lifestyle. Inspiring stories for you. Your monthly dose of entertainment. A better mind keeping you updated.
Hashtag Schengen Story Magazine. Get Schengen Story Magazine full editions.
Welcome back to News Echoes. I'm glad you are still there. I have with me in the studio Ambassador Nati Yako, Dr. Osita Anyemeka, Mark in Milan, and of course we have our special guest, Sister Obux Ibru, a very popular name in Nigeria. Welcome back to this one, and we want to talk about Nigeria. It's campaign year. Election is February 18, 2023, and many people will want to be the next president of Nigeria. The last count for the 2019 election, there were 62 presidential candidates. Only one person won, and he won hands down. I'm talking of President Buhari. And now there's going to be another election in a year's time. But the INEC has told us that 18th of February will be the day for presidential election. Ceteris paribus, that is, all other things being equal. To kick it off, the Ashiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu went to meet President Buhari on Monday and declare his intention to be the next president, put forward by the APC. And
yes,
okay, there he is.
I've informed the president my intention, but I've not informed him yet. I'm still consulting, and I have no problem consulting, and I've not
Okay.
set a priority.
I think we've had him, and he's still consulting. The people have not been told, but the presidents have been told, and many people have criticized that why is he using the top bottom approach and not the bottom up approach? So he went to the one. Many people have said that President Buhari is not going to be the voter. It's just one vote. So why are you consulting just one man? Why not the rest of the country? Others have said he has the right to consult anybody, but according to him, it's a long life ambition. He has not finished consulting, but is good enough to tell the president. And we don't want to take him all by himself. Yesterday, the governor of Ebonyi State, Muahi, went to meet with the president to declare his own intention. So we now have two who have gone to the president to say, do I get your permission to contest election? Don't forget that Mahi, Ashiwaju, and the president, they are all in the same party. Mahi used to be in PDP, he came to APC, probably for this purpose. And so they've all gone to take permission from him to contest election. And then this morning, Dele Momodu, two-time aspirant of the Senate president, has come out to say, I want to be the next president. He said it on Arise Television. So we have three people who have come out now. Now, this is a very serious matter because the life of not only the 206 million Nigerians will be in the hand of this one person, but the life of Africans, because it has been known and said if Nigeria should get its politics and economics right, the whole of Africa will get it right. And I will ask my colleagues, please don't dwell too much time on it, because I know there are strong analysis going on out there. Ambassador Nat, how do you copy this one?
Well, it's exciting and interesting, but again, Bola Ahmed Tinubu's declaration 2 days ago was poorly done. I know the man has a problem with speech. He was not coordinated. So he just as if he just jumped from the sky and started making uncoordinated statement. I mean, it doesn't make sense. You said you are consulting, you are still consulting, but you have told the president you are interested. Whom are you consulting? Is it the president or who? And again, right from the onset, so many things were thrown up as from yesterday, challenging the candidacy of the Jagaban, even within his party, even within Lagos. Questions were asked, and these are not questions of yesterday. They are questions of so many years back, right from the time he was governor first time, second time of Lagos State. And so people are asking questions now, which he as an individual has refused to answer. But if you are aspiring to be president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, there is no way these questions will not come up wherever he's going now, between now and February
Okay.
23.
And I know we will still devote more time to this. Let me ask Dr. Sita. You are the man on the ground in Abuja. How are you guys reading this one? I can see that none of them, in my own opinion, have told us how they want to put Nigeria better, but they just say, I want to contest, I want to contest. Is that how we do it?
Thank you so much, Dr. Shego. The point is this: I was shocked that the Jagaban had to go to the president first. Really, I was, because when we condone this mistake in the morning, it's going to be the problem of afternoon and evening. We cannot keep quiet when somebody who is going to rule us and create the difference that we're looking for begins with a mistake. Now, somebody called me in the morning to say, OC, your friend Dele, has come up, whatever. I said, where is he? He said, Arise TV. I said, thank God, it's even better that he's telling the world first, because that is the platform where everybody will see him first and then begin to analyze him. Going to the president is a private thing. It's a private thing. It's a personal issue. Whether they are friends or they are party members or whatever, let them talk about that first when he's ready. Like Ambassador Yako said, this is no longer the Nigeria where you're not ready. You come and say something and you walk away and nobody's asking you questions. When he is ready, he comes out to say, gentlemen of the press, this is what I think I should be doing. And I pray my country is listening. My name is this. This is what I'm going to do. But not to come and tell us that I have just declared my presidency intention with the president. To hell with that, man. It doesn't make sense to me. But the good thing about it is that it is just early morning and we are expecting so many candidates, and those candidates are going to come, Nigerians are going to listen.
Let's ask the lady amongst us, the sister Books. Is this the kind of politics we want to see again throughout this year up to the election, where we are not told things that they're going to do? I just want to be the next president. I want to be the next president. We want to hear what they will do so that we start questioning them. How do you see this?
Fortunately, Nigeria is awake. Fortunately, Nigeria is awake. Unfortunately, the youth are more aware of what's going on politically. They're being encouraged to rise up and decide who they want their leader to be. It's not this election is not going to be same old, wishy-washy. We just want to do it. And people are aware, they're watching, they want to see who their new leader is going to be, and they don't want to make a mistake. That's the word on the street. Having said that, anybody is,
is
free to decide that they want to be president of Nigeria. I can wake up tomorrow morning and say, I want to be the first woman president of Nigeria.
Come on, I'm going to vote for you straight away.
And I hope people will vote for me. But we have to begin to do things right. And we want to see a Nigeria where people are going to come up and say, this is my mandate. This is what we want to do. We want to make things better for the people. We're not just talking about a select few. We want what's best for both the elderly, the young, the children. We need to have a brighter future, and things will be better.
I have a question.
My question to the world or to Nigerians is, what about the people who don't have access to Mr. President to go and say to him one-on-one, I want to be the president of Nigeria? What if I want to be the president, but I don't have access to Mr. President? What do I do?
Now,
I need
that's
to,
a
I
very
need to
serious.
speak to the people.
That's a very serious question. I've been asking myself, is Mr. President the proxy for INEC? Because if you think the reason why they are going is that this man is having the same sort of power and authority like INEC. And I'm beginning to be thinking that this is not the best way to go. But I have a question for you, madam. Um, the Sorosoke group, that is the NSAS youth who shook Nigeria and the whole world supported them. Are they
Yes.
coming out now? Will this be an opportunity for them to now shake their friends? And like you said, Nigeria is waking up. Will they now be waking up all the youth to say, look, let us think intelligently to decide our future?
In as much as the unfortunate incident that happened at the toll gate
Yeah.
occurred, I think it was a wake-up call for the government to begin to understand that, yes, the youth have a voice and they play a very important role in the politics of Nigeria. Very, very important, because the statistics say it all. There are more youths in Nigeria than there are, you know, um,
Elderly. Yes, that's correct.
elderly. What would you would tag as the elderly? So I think, yes, Sorosoke, they're warming up, they're waiting. A lot of campaign is going on about get your PVC, come out and vote, don't sell your vote. A lot of campaign is going on about, you know, the power of your PVC. So
Yeah,
yeah, I
yeah,
think
yeah. I
they're
still
waiting
have
on
to
the
ask
sidelines.
you a follow-up question. Get your PVC, but how about different smaller groups discussing, examining, and assessing each candidate? You see, to get the PVC is good. How about assessing? Let me give you an example. I have contested in London before as one of the members of the Greater London Assembly, and many people, many associations called me to ask me what I will do if elected. People I've never met, residential association, a doctors group, business group. They invited me. Tell us if you are elected, what will you do? So they were asking, trying to assess me. Do we have such a situation in Nigeria where different groups can just assess whether you are cerebral or you are just you think enough money can take our votes? We need to have such things. I don't know. Do we have such things?
Well, I think the example of what happened with um, uh, Bola Tinubu is a typical example of the kind of things that's going on in Nigeria now, where people are asking, so you want to be president? What about this? What about that? What happened? How did you do this? How did you do that? And where do you think you're going to take us to if you become the
Mm.
president? I think it's a typical example, and it started already. So a lot of people are waking up to say, and you know what? Whether we like it or not, kudos to social media. A lot of the stuff we see on social media is wrong, is bad, but a lot of the stuff that is on social media also helps us to understand certain things that are going on, not just in Nigeria but in the world, because comments are being dropped. How do you plan to do this? Why do you think you can be president of Nigeria after you have done this, that, and that? And yeah, people are asking questions. It's just that in Nigeria, I think we need to get to a place where we need to be a little bit more organized in terms of this kind of assemblies that you're talking about, where
Yes,
youth will actually invite a leader to say, come and sit and let us interview you, let us ask you questions, and
yes,
answer us, and let us see through you, and your understanding of how you want to make things better for us. I think it's just a little bit of you know input into being a little bit more organized, and we'll see a
all
lot
right.
of these things coming up and happening.
Before I let you go, Sister Obux, I still have the one last question. I'm sorry for focusing on you. I'll go back to my colleague in a second. Magodo issue. We saw the governor struggling with a chief superintendent of police on the Magodo
Oh,
issue. We listen to it. We look. We wait. The Supreme Court gave its judgment. The governor says it's not going to happen, and they are still looking.
Governor.
Number one.
My own order. That's why I'm asking you to make a phone call and tell them your superior that I'm here standing in front of you. Make that phone call. Thank you, sir. I'm here on instruction of this Mr. Joro Police to the AGF, sir. And that is why I'm here. I'm too small or too.
Studio is trying to show us, but it's okay, Studio. We don't have much time for that, bro. Clee. So what's your take on this quickly? Because I'm going to ask Osita in Abuja.
Sorry, I didn't hear the last part of the question.
What's your take on the Magodo issue? I mean, the whole of it, because it doesn't look tidy at all. The Supreme Court has given its judgment. Who is right, who is wrong, in your own opinion?
Well, in my own opinion, the law is the law. We have to take cognizance into perspective where in Nigeria we have to begin to understand that if the court gives a judgment, then it should be adhered to. It's one of the reasons why a lot of things go wrong, because typical example is people go to court. We have a case in Ugeli right now where the court has given judgment, and the people are saying they're not going to hand over power to the rightful owner of the chairman of a community that the court has given judgment to say this is the rightful person and he's the one that won the election, fair and square. So yeah, it goes from the grassroots to the federal level. Yeah, if a court says this is my judgment, then if you have a problem with it, go back to the law and let the court decide that okay, that judgment was wrong, and take things by the law. Yes, we know that a lot of some kind of things happen behind closed doors, and people use power to do. Yeah, people use power to do certain things. It might be right, it might be wrong, but the law is the law. If the court says this is what it is, then that's what it should be, and we should learn to do the right thing by following what the system is supposed to be. What is the rightful thing to do? The rightful thing is if the court has passed a judgment, then that judgment should be adhered to, and then execute the judgment. And then you have a problem with it, go back to the court and do your appeal. That's what.
Thank you.
That's my take.
Dr. Sita in Abuja, you've listened to our sister Obuks. What will you say when you watch all this saga going on? The governor said, I'm the chief of security in my
chief of security.
And so Osi, come on, take it from there.
Yeah, my question is he chief of security? Is IG chief of security? Because the man His Excellency was talking to was just a CSP.
Yeah.
You know what that means? It's like me in my college going to my registrar secretary to demand authority. It doesn't make sense because I will get nothing. So standing before the young man and asking him to do that and do that, and he was saying, call your boss. CSP to call IG. CSP doesn't even have the number of his state commissioner.
Of the IG.
No, of the state commissioner.
of the commissioner. Okay.
Yes. So the issue is this: do we really understand where we are? Do we understand the terrain that we govern? Do we understand what you see? Your state, Dr. Shego, is a show state. Lagos for show. Look at how look at how this small issue has taken Nigeria in many circles. And my friends from all over the world are calling me. They're asking me questions. Before I even saw the clip, I got a call from Australia.
Wow.
And this guy was saying to me, what's going to happen again? What will be this one? I said, okay, I don't know. Let me check. When I saw it and I said to myself, oh my goodness, this is happening in my country again. But the question is this: do we have an established order about chief of security in all the 36 states? Who do we go to as the ultimate for security in Delta, for instance? I'm from Delta. Do I walk up to COA and say, this is my issue of security? Or do I go to the State Commissioner of Police, to the IGP saying, this is what I have? I think the import of this issue, of my God issue, is that we should now begin to ask questions. If you're looking for the real answers, where do you go to? Really?
Okay.
Because nobody has had this before. Nobody has had this before.
It was
And
it
we're
was a
looking for
shame.
solutions.
It was
Okay,
a
sure,
shame
shame,
that
yes.
the federal and the state could not coordinate, and
No.
it was a shame. And we need to understand the structure of Nigeria. When the IG and the Attorney General give a directive based on the Supreme Court's judgment, what should the
Yeah.
governor of the state
Governor
do? I
do.
mean, it's a very
Absolutely.
straightforward. We should
Absolutely.
understand the federal level, what is called federal, what is called state, and what is called the local government. So, and the constitution is very clear which one is supreme at what level. But where we are not educated in simple things of civics, then we'll be having those sort of things. I want to ask our ambassador in London, the British Prime Minister, on the other hand, is being asked to resign quickly. You want to inform us what's going on in England?
Well, the Prime Minister, Boris Johnson, has really not lived to his calling as the Prime Minister. He has descended into something lower than the Prime Minister by his behavior, his action, his pronouncement, and his deeds. The latest thing was the issue of a very senior staff in number 10 Darwin Street, sending out invitations on the 20th of May 2020, inviting 100 people to come for they call it drink, party drinks. Is it to come for a party in the height of COVID, where the Prime Minister himself just a day before had announced to UK citizens that you can't be no interaction between more than 1-to-1. But here it was an official in his office calling for 100 people to come for a drink party. Even though we are told that maybe 30 accepted the invitation and came. But the issue is, was the Prime Minister there? Was the wife of the Prime Minister there? Boris has kept telling them lies one after the other. And the Tory party themselves, not even the parliament, are tired of his misdemeanors. And the question
do you think they can force him to resign? Do you think it will happen?
The senior Tories who are not even men and who are not in the parliament, who call the shots, have said it is no longer if, it is when. And what closer call can you get than that, being told it is not if, but when are you going? When
Well,
are you going?
it will
The
be sad.
Scottish
It will
First
be
Prime
sad.
Minister.
It's just starting, and he has to go. But I'm looking at the time, and we have to go on this show. Marky Milan, what's your last take in 10 seconds? What do you want to say in 10 seconds? Because we just have to go.
Yes, no. First of all, I want to say we've been having some very brilliant discussions here. Madam Ibru has really opened our eyes to some insights that we probably didn't think about in all of those conversations.
We could get her recall if you can, and she
Yes.
wants to. We can bring her back in a week or two.
Yes. But I wanted to hear more about the creative industry in Nigeria, because that's a great strand. That's an impressive move by.
We'll bring her back in the near future. Then, yeah.
Okay, sir. Thank you very much, Dr. Shah.
So, do you have anything to tell the world in 10 seconds?
Well, we're still in the COVID era, and it's not nice all over Europe. France, Germany, Spain, Italy. There is so much. The Omicron is.
Why don't we just believe and agree that we will be living with COVID? I mean, like
that's what the leaders, that's what the politicians have to sink into. That COVID has come, and like the flu when it's winter. This is something that we just have to stay with.
In England, we have agreed we are living with COVID. And when you want to travel to England, you don't need the PCR test anymore. Just come into England. Once you have taken your job, come into England. We don't want you to go and spend money to take PCR test again. So England is very clear. Well, let me go to our man in Abuja, Dr. Osi. What would you like to say in 10 seconds to the rest of the world?
Happy New Year again. It's morning yet. We have plans for 2022. If we stand straight, stand firm, we'll achieve our plans.
Oh, thank you very much. Let's take to our special guest, Madam Obux Hebrew. I like the way she said I should address her, Sister Obux. When I come to Lagos, I look out for you. Is that okay?
You have not addressed her well. She's Obux Diva.
Oh, Obux Diva. Thank you.
Diva Obux.
Diva Obux.
Diva
That's
Obux.
right. That's
Diva
right.
Obux.
Yes.
We learn every
That's my
day.
Delta sister.
Yes.
Yes. Diva
You are being
Thank you
powerful
so
now.
much.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
I want to say thank you very much for having me on the show. It's been a real pleasure. The insight into different, issues that concern us is, are things that people all over the world need to hear about. But my last statement is the world should look out for Nigeria in terms of the entertainment industry. We're coming. We haven't even started yet.
Wow.
Thank
We'll
you
be
very much,
having
and
you very
everybody have a
soon.
blessed
If you
year.
want to come, I'll be asking the studio to get in touch with you. We love your demeanor. We love your aura. We love your presentation. We want you to come as soon as possible. Last but not the least, from Central London, Ambassador Nat, what's your
Thank you very much.
statement
Thank
in
you.
10 seconds to the rest of the world?
Well, in Nigeria, 2022 is very, very critical, and is going to mar or make Nigeria. No doubt about it.
Thank you very much. That's how far we'll go today. It's be coming from News Echoes. I want to thank the crew in Milan who are sponsoring and transmitting this to the rest of the world. My colleague there, Macmillan, Mark in Milan, Mark Godwin. Thank you very much. It's going to be a great year in 2022.
Yes,
My colleague in Abuja, Dr. Sita Anyemeka, it's been a wonderful time. Good to see you again. Our colleague in the city of London, Ambassador Nat, and our special guest, whom we hope will be bringing as much as possible, Diva Obus Ebru. That's how far we go today. My name is Shegun Johnson. Until next Wednesday, God bless you all.
God bless you, sir. Thank you very much.
God bless you.